Baylan Skoll is without a doubt a fallen Jedi full of mystery. No one knows his past or even what he's been up to after Order 66. But what is known of him, other than he's now a mercenary who craves power, is more so that he has a strict honor code and is a man of his word. And it's that which I think maybe will be the end of him. Now, this is a small theory of mine that Baylan letting Sabine live will not only cost him his allegiances in the next 4 upcoming episodes, but also potentially his life too, and that is mainly due to Thrawn, who's someone that Baylan has never met and only heard stories about, yet has agreed to help Morgan to rescue Thrawn for his own benefit, whether that means financial, control, what have you. It's clear Baylan thrives it after living his life on the run since Order 66. When he manipulates Sabine into giving him the map, then promising her safety and that she will see Ezra, even commanding his apprentice Shin to stop force choking Sabine as he gave her his word that no harm would come to her, that's one thing. But what I'm worried about is Baylan having that same attitude toward Thrawn. As when Thrawn is eventually found by Morgan, Baylan, and Shin, I don't think he will be too pleased to see Sabine, a rebel whom he once admired, yet also fought against him and then helped towards his eventual demise, or say exile. Next to Ezra, I'd imagine the Ghost Crew to be now some of Thrawn's most hated enemies, and to see Sabine stand right before him? Well, I could see Thrawn wanting to cause harm to her, maybe even killing Sabine to exact some sort of revenge against the Ghost Crew. And that's when Baylan comes into the picture, defying Thrawn and standing up against him, all because of the promise that he made to Sabine. Which, if that were to happen, that would be wild, as this entire time, Baylan is doing everything to bring Thrawn back. And then after all of that, only to potentially oppose him? Besides, I also can't imagine Thrawn would be thrilled to see Baylan, a fallen Jedi, either. Mainly as we know Thrawn was no fan of the Jedi and would probably rather have a Jedi killed on the spot than have them become a potential threat at a later point. Especially when said Jedi is the one keeping one of Thrawn's enemies safe and alive. But that's not all, as then of course we also have Shin in this equation, who obviously isn't happy with her master choosing to safeguard Sabine's life. And when she sees the power that Thrawn puts up against Baylan, could she take this opportunity to maybe betray her master? It's hard to say, as due to Shin being so young, she likely was never part of the Jedi Order, especially with Huyang not even having any information on her unlike Baylan. So with that in mind, she wasn't raised the Jedi way, holding the same ideas, values that Baylan did when he was a Padawan. If anything, Shin was raised and trained more as like a dark Jedi and certainly has a Sith vibe to her unlike Baylan. So when it comes down to it, yeah, I could see Shin using this opportunity to turn on Baylan and get on Thrawn's good side. But having said all of that, this of course will depend ultimately on Baylan, as just how serious he is in wanting to keep his word, even if it means ruining all that he's worked for and making an enemy out of Thrawn. No doubt this will be the ultimate test for Baylan's honor code. Keep Sabine alive and fight against Thrawn, and maybe Shin too? Or show that his word is meaningless in order to please Thrawn. Decisions, and that would truly reveal what kind of character Baylan is. If, of course, it comes down to this, as like I said, this is only a small theory I'm having for fun. So I'm not too serious with it, and I'll probably be completely wrong here if anything, but hey, it's still something I'm keeping at the back of my mind as we move ever so closer to episode 5. Although, what do you think? If pressed by Thrawn or someone else, will Baylan stand his ground to keep Sabine safe? Or will he go against his word? Or maybe this whole thing is a nothing burger and Baylan's promise to Sabine will never once be tested. Only time will tell. N7 out.